Well, I think I discovered what was, well, making me having writer's block. Fixing the camera. I really should start doing this earlier, but I think the reason I haven't done Snake Blades in a while because I'm afraid of copyright. Realizing I might make the characters have the name and act like the characters from the PBS Kids shows I really like. But the one thing I have simply never thought of. What be causing my writer's block? Mostly 2 days ago, I realized maybe it's because I never seen or remember any of the Curious George characters. Even as a kid, I think some of the characters were kind of boring at the time. Very, very boring. I was mostly interested in what the animals were doing, just like Clifford. So, yeah, I figured it out. I think I should watch all the Curious George movies and grab a little bit from the TV show, just like how I'm going to do that with Clifford. Clifford has his own movie. I think I just have a problem with its animation. Like I said, I usually stop trying to think of the animation's great. Instead, I should start watching it because of the story I'm interested in, not the animation. Like She-Ra. The show was great, not just by animation, by story as well. And Carmen Sandiego. And Voltron. Netflix is actually doing something right. Bringing old 80s shows back. But I will talk about them in another video. And also, I'm working on my plans for the future. Not just doing YouTube, but make my own company. And I realize how hard that will be. So, I'm gonna do YouTube for fun. And do a lot more watching of many other things. So, I know I made the list, but I realized that was a crappy visual of the whole entire thing. I am really sorry. I was not thinking at the time. And the power level scale has never been so complicated. So, yeah. I'm gonna do something very unique and something, idiotic half of the time. I'm gonna try to use some human characters from Curious George and Clifford, the Big Red Dog / Puppy Days. And if there's characters who only appear once, I'm mostly just going to go after the main character ones. That means the main characters in the Curious George movies, all 4 of them. And see how good the Clifford movie is, and see what characters I will like. And one other thing I have to say, I've mostly been thinking of fan fiction in my head. I know Snake Blades is basically fan fiction. If those Curious George and Clifford, matter of fact, George and Clifford was inside of Dragon Ball. Still a great idea, and I'm still gonna work on it. I just need to make sure none of the paper comics I have never get wet. Because in my last video, I really screwed the pooch on that one. Seriously, somehow the third comic at the end somehow got wet. So you can't read the words I put on there. Thank God I put that on YouTube before that crisis happened. But for some reason it was just 3 and not the other comics. So, yeah. Also, the reason name of the Weird Ideas Studio thing, I'm gonna try to figure a way how to make this actual company. So, yeah. I'm gonna watch the Curious George movies and the Clifford movie and see what other ideas I had at the time. Like originally I was thinking putting Dragon Tales in it, but nah. Also, I did say I'm gonna add Ruffman and his twin. Sadly, I'm gonna get rid of that since I know it sounds weird, but I'm not that big of a fan of Dragon Ball Super. I like the idea of the multiverse, I just don't like, well, Goku just getting another different reason being hate on. Being Toriyama's favorite. Whoopity. But the Goku Black thing was actually a good part of the show. So I'm gonna do my best. Watch all 4 of the movies, write down the characters I actually like, or possibly characters who would be good on another story. Oh yeah, another idea I have is about Beyblade characters meeting Yu-Gi-Oh characters. I know it seems odd, but those are the only things I usually try to get when I was little. So, I guess this is like the update video. I figure out my writer's block and stop thinking of fan fiction for a second so I can think of ideas. And restart on the list. Crud! But, I will do my best. My very best. Goodbye. And see you on the next video. Possibly on next week. I'm gonna promise on the Snake Blade comic coming out early. You I know most of my friends are on this subscription thing. Whatever.